So we're just leaving a late afternoon lunch, you might say, in San Blas. That was quite the experience. To get there, we walked down this basically looked like a deserted street largely, with abandoned buildings, and then right out in the middle of this area comes this gem of a place. Beautiful bed and breakfast, delicious meal, such an enigma. And now we're just walking the streets of San Blas.
This is our car.
Our car's down that way, but we're just going to check out the town a little bit and get a feel for it before we start heading back towards Puerto Vallarta, and maybe make one or more stops on the way if we have time. But it's kind of getting late in the day, and we've got about over a 3-hour drive to get back to Puerto Vallarta. Yep. So behind us is the plaza in San Blas, where we were just a few moments ago, and not far from there we had a delicious meal, and we're gonna head home from here. Bye. Bye.
Oh,
bye. Well, good morning.
Buenos dias.
It's this is our third day.
Yes.
Yeah. Third day. We're just sitting down for breakfast at the hotel. We tend to like to come here for breakfast because we can also talk to some other guests that we've had a chance to meet here, and the food is tasty. And then we're going to get out and about and start walking around.
Show them the setting.
Show them the what?
The breakfast.
I did. I showed them this one. Here's the breakfast we're having so far.
You're funny. We're gonna check out the hillside home that we saw from across the rooftop. See if we can find it.
Gringo Gulch is where we think that is.
Yeah.
From the rooftop we can see these houses on the hillside, and we think that's Gringo Gulch. So that's our plan for the morning. I wanted to make a couple of comments about driving in Mexico, what we've experienced so far. Yesterday we took about a 3-hour trip to San Blas, which is north of here. But once you start getting out, on these smaller highways, they're very rural. Just a single lane each direction. A couple of things that we paid attention to or learned to pay attention to: the speed bumps, which I'd kind of known from research, but just out of nowhere you'll be driving along at highway speeds, and all of a sudden, kaboom, you'll hit a big speed bump in the middle of the road.
It was effective. Slowed you down.
It was really effective, and in spite of that, especially within the first hour or two leaving Puerto Vallarta, people are in a real hurry. I tried to stay close to the speed limit, which was typically between 40 to 70 kilometers per hour, but people were always right on my tail and anxious to pass me, so I was generally going much faster, and even then people were passing left and right. So we'll get on with our day, and our breakfast should be here shortly. Bye-bye. Because they we going, Angie?
I'm too fly. I'm too fly. Keep it hip hop. I'm a sail. I'm too fly. I don't wanna end it.
So,
Yeah, you just bring a container here and she fills it up. So you don't have that.
Me da mucho gusto verla, sí, mucho gusto, mamita. Cuida mucho a tu madre.
Just met the gentleman, and yeah, he's showing us iguanas.
A lot of these stores.
I think you're getting like a little tour group here. For my travel video, I'm also getting some shots of you. I hope that's okay with you,
Okay.
so I can have a story to tell about this nice
Yeah.
gentleman who
My
gives
my
a
parole
tour.
officer thinks I'm in Michigan, so I don't know what that. And they'll float in the inner tube. This is in the middle of summer. They love doing this. And they will float all the way down to the ocean. And you know, they just have on the bathing suits, no helmets, and you'll see the kids screaming and yelling, have a good time, and probably one or two of them drown every year, and that's the way life goes. But it's really a kick. You see a whole bunch of them floating down there.
What do you think, Angie? Could you handle iguanas?
They're really pretty tame, I guess.
Because they know
what about the area that we walked around to?
love the market. The local market with all the fresh fruits and vegetables and fresh meats and seafood.
All right, finally a chance to sit, get some cappuccino and a mojito.
Yes, we are in Mexico and I'm drinking a Cuban mojito.
Ooh. Okay, we haven't had a chance to show you where we're staying at the, how do you say it?
Garlands del Rio.
We ended up on our room on the top floor, I think.
Called the Penthousecito.
I'd say it's about on the 3rd floor, and it's a really interesting hotel with lots of nooks and crannies, and really interesting the way they converted this old house to this 17-room hotel. So we're going to take you in reverse from our hotel room on the 3rd floor downstairs and show you around a little bit.
There you go. Flip it.
An iguana? I don't see it.
You need to come this way. See it?
Okay, so check this out. We just arrived at Sayulita Beach. I think it's Point Sayulita. And the way we got here was this steep, rutted dirt road that's right behind me that you're looking at now, or I don't know if you can see it, but it was really kind of precarious. We came through the little town of Sayulita, and the road got narrower and narrower, and finally became the dirt road that we ended up on. And at the very end of the road, we reached the beach, and this is what we found. Check this out. That's the bathroom right behind us, the little building, 10 pesos, the beach. And just over my shoulder, the cemetery. Hola.
Like in the water. Playa de los Muertos in Sayulita. Those beautiful beachfront homes or resorts or condos. That's Mike swimming.
We're gonna see if we can find a bite to eat and get a feel for the town of Sayulita, where originally, when we were gonna travel with our friends who canceled with us on the last minute, we were gonna stay in this town of Sayulita. We had a condominium probably not too far from here. I don't know exactly where it is,